Welcome to Heal the World Show podcast. I'm Pamelia Parham, and the Heal the World Show podcast is brought to you by the Healing Institute. I am the founder and the CEO of the Healing Institute, and we are a virtual global hub of holistic practitioners, and we are out to heal the world. We want to give people hope. We want people to know that there are ways to be well and stay well while you're on your health journey, because we're all on a health journey. And so I have been actually using holistic ways of being well for well over 20 years, and it works. I want you to know that definitely it works. And we want people to know that we have amazing holistic practitioners on our website, thehealinginstitute.com, and we want you to come and find these practitioners and find the modality that's going to work best for you. So, why is this important to me? Well, because we did have a tragedy in our family a few years ago, and it was because my mother passed away at a very young age. She was only 61. It was due to some complications because she'd been on a medication for a very long time. And so not only was it a tragedy that she died so young, it was right at Christmas time, which was also very traumatic. But at the time I was 5 months pregnant with my son, my first child. And so it was also a tragedy because my children didn't get to know their grandmother. And so I don't want that happening to anybody else. I really want people to have the information so that they can make the choices that are the best for them. And that's why I call the Healing Institute an institute, because I'm really passionate about educating people about how to be well and stay well. And so each week we talk about something around around health, obviously. And this month, which is March, we're calling it Motivational March, Spring Forward. And today I'm really excited because we're talking about our environment and how to keep our homes healthy. So it's all very well and good for us to eat healthy, do our exercise, watch out for, our own, what's happening with our bodies, but our homes have to be healthy as well. So I'm going to now introduce my co-host guest today, Tina Blees, and I'm just going to read this so I get it right. She's a healthy home specialist. So you're going to get lots of great tips today. And Tina is also the founder of Simply Green and Healthy Home. Welcome, Tina. Wonderful to have you here today.
Well, thank you so much for the invitation. And the topic of spring cleaning motivation is we're here. Spring is in.
It's spring. Yeah,
I know. In a couple
time
of days.
to do that spring cleaning.
I love it. So spring cleaning, green cleaning is one of my passions.
So tell us how you came to create, being Simply Green and your healthy home. How did that come about?
Well, thank you. It's a kind of a long story, but I'll make it as entertaining as possible. I was born and raised in California, raised in the 60s. And so I just call myself a closet hippie. I love nature. I love, tree hugger, environmentalist, and really appreciate the value of the beauty of our world. And so with that kind of lifestyle, camping, just living outdoors all the time. It's kind of that kind of person, organic, I guess. And so got married, have children, had the organic garden in the background, in the backyard. And there was a point where my boys were old enough to learn some household chores, kind of got to make a marriage material. I joke about that.
It's always a good idea to teach our sons how to look after the house. Yes,
exactly. And I wanted them to learn how to clean a bathroom. Now they only probably did it once, but I was able to check that off my box. But I realized that the products I was still using in my home, like Lysol, Clorox, and whatever, they were toxic and they were poison. And I had this horrible dream that what my one son was going to get the Lysol can and then chase the other son down the hallway spraying them, because that's kind of what boys do. And I didn't want that. So I started looking for green, natural, plant-based, non-toxic products. And there were some out in the marketplace. And so I rounded those up, and I realized that you didn't have to use these chemical products in your home to clean a bathroom, you know. So long story short, now 18 years later, I have turned that knowledge that natural, non-toxic, plant-based products can work, and they don't need to have poisons in them. So that's how I created Simply Green and Healthy Home. So what I do now is offer free consultation on what that means, you know, what products are out there in the marketplace. And but even to go longer into like the why, you know, why it's important for in our homes to use non-toxic products. And it's not just cleaning products, it's personal care products, it's the candles that we bring into our home, the fragrances, you know, like Febreze into your home, deodorizers. And so it's all consumer products, and how that can ultimately be what either is making us not feel well in our homes, or it could be why we are doing so well in our homes.
Yeah, exactly. I love that story. I was kind of a closet hippie myself up here in Canada, so I totally get it. Not so closet, actually, but
Yeah, wow.
anyway. So that's beautiful. I love that story, and it's so important. It's oftentimes we don't really think about the products that we use in our homes
Mhm,
and how toxic they can be.
mhm,
And I think I shared with you a story about some dryer sheets that I use that are non-toxic.
mhm,
And a friend of mine was putting something in the dryer, but she was taking out the dryer sheets, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, these are, you shouldn't really use dryer sheets because," and she had a reason which I won't go into right now. And I'm like, "Oh, well, these ones you can use because there's no toxicity in them." But
mhm,
things like our laundry soap that we use that we use to wash our clothes,
mhm,
and it's only not only because of those clothes we're putting on ourselves, but it's also the residue or the leftover or the water that we've used to wash our clothes that now we are releasing into the environment.
mhm.
So it's everything about the environment. We really want to make sure that that we're very conscious about what we're doing for ourselves and also for our environment. So yeah, that's a
That is so, so true. And a couple, you know, ways we can think about it and learn about how it can affect us is that our homes now are very energy efficient, which is amazing. So they're able to stay cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter because they're so tight. But that also means that our homes don't breathe, especially in the
Mhm.
fall and winter when it's cold. So those products that we bring into our home, whether we smell them or not, they are exuding fumes. And so
Yes.
we're constantly smelling and inhaling those fumes, then that's an issue. If they're healthy and now no, then no problem. But if they're toxic, it could be a problem. Also, our skin breathes and absorbs just
Yes.
like our noses do. And I think we forget that.
I think
And
we do.
so,
Yeah, I
yes,
agree.
and so again,
Mhm.
anything in the environment that we're in, we're talking about a home, our skin absorbs, and anything we put on our skin, which is like 2, 3 times a day, it's our soap, our lotions, our makeup, our hands are dry, so we put lotions on our hands, a couple, 3 times a day, and then at night, our toothbrush, our toothpaste, again, we put lotions and creams on our body before we go to bed. It takes less than 23 seconds for those. I'll just put chemicals, good or bad,
Mhm.
into our bloodstream, 23 seconds into our bloodstream through our skin. And we don't realize that. So here
Yeah.
we have what we're breathing in, what we're putting in on our bodies all day, that our immune system is having
Mhm.
to either be happy about or have to fight to stay happy.
Yes.
really healthy.
Yeah. And
So
I love you mentioned that about our immune system. That's so important, because we haven't been trained or taught about how environmental things can affect our inside of our bodies, not just the outside, but also the inside and all the systems that we have,
Mhm.
and how it can affect our immune system. And so I love the fact that there's lots more information that's out there for people to know about, so
Yes.
that they can actually read up on it or research it and
Mhm.
find out that, oh yes, and I'm glad you brought up the whole idea of all the lotions and things that we use. Probably women use a bit more than men, but still we're breathing that in, where there's other things that we're breathing in, and that gets contained not only in our home, but now we're absorbing it in our bodies through our skin,
Mhm.
which is so important to know what it is that's being absorbed. And I really like the point you made about the new homes or the new builds, because our um, our our houses are not breathing. Back in the old days, you
Yeah.
opened the window or you opened the door, right? You might have had a screen on it just so the bugs didn't get in, but there was always fresh air that was coming into the house, or being, at least going through the house. So
Mhm.
that's really, I think that's something we forget. We forget.
Yes.
I'm just
Yes.
going to take a minute to say hello to the people that have popped on today. So Marie Piplovic, she's one of our practitioners that's on our website. And she says, good day to us. She also is a conscious breathing facilitator. So
Ah,
her comment is, everything needs to breathe, even our homes. So absolutely, Marie. And we have this Azad, I think I'm saying his name right. He pops on every week just to send us hearts. And so he's saying love to us both. So thank you very much, Azad. That's great to see you here today, and we welcome you. So tell us also, what when people work with you, Tina, what can they expect? That's what our audience likes to know. If they were to work with you, what could they? How would that work, and what would they expect to work with you?
oh, thank you. It's a great question, because every person is unique.
Mhm,
Every
mhm.
house is unique, and every space they live in is unique. And so, my first intention is to get to know them, and I ask a big question, which is, what it is about your home, what it is about your health would you like to improve? What questions do you have around wellness in your home? Because again, everyone comes to our conversations that I have on different educational levels. They
Of
may
course.
they may know
Mhm,
more than me, and it's like, oh, fantastic! I get to learn something. Or they want to they have specific questions that we just
mhm,
discuss.
mhm.
If it's out of my realm of expertise, because I don't have any credentials. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a practitioner. I just have an MRS in front of my name and an MOM at the end of my name. But I've done so much research on just common sense ways of staying healthy in our home. So I
Mhm.
share that information. And with the answer to that question, then we just start chatting. So then I know what's important. And then we just kind of go from there. I offer solutions or knowledge of what I know on how to,
Mhm.
talk about what's important to them. And then we kind of come up with a plan to slowly convert the home to a healthier place to live in and breathe in, because we have all these consumer products in our home. And I do remind people, you just can't get a box and throw all your cleaning products and all your personal care products in a box and take it to the trash can, because
No, no.
they're toxic. That you have to
Mhm.
actually drive them to a hazardous waste dump. And they go, really? I go, yeah, they're poisons. If you
Yes,
look
people
it up,
just don't,
Lysol.
we're so used to just throwing things out in the
Mhm,
regular garbage,
mhm.
that we don't think about the fact that this is a toxin. So I really love the fact that more of our cities are having those kinds of um, places where we can take the toxic, and the things that we now realize that we don't want to use those anymore in our
Mhm.
homes. So we have a very interesting, we have good recycle here on Vancouver Island in Canada, but there's one, some of what, we used to normally recycle, like jars, plastic, the soft plastic, our recycle doesn't take. So what our community has done is they have created what they call a pop-up recycle. And so every 2 weeks, you drive your bags of whatever you've collected to the pop-up recycle. And it's pretty amazing. My husband and I were just like shocked at how much of that thin plastic, the plastic you take off the paper towels and plastic bags that you might use. Now we can take them and recycle them. So not throw them in the garbage anymore.
Right.
So Marie's got another great comment here. She says, my skin tells me right away when I have either ingested or put something on it that it doesn't like.
Yes. And you are so right, Marie, because one of my things that I help people determine how healthy they are or how healthy their home is I say our bodies have a voice. But we have forgotten how to listen to it. So you are absolutely right. If you put something on your skin and you get a rash, it's like skin saying, no, 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 no. If you're breathing something and you get a migraine, that's also your body saying it's horrible. And I remember going to the grocery store before I started all this, and I would get a migraine by the time I got to the end of the laundry detergent aisle. Because of what I was breathing. And I didn't, believe it or not, I didn't connect it. I just knew if my store changed aisles of my laundry detergent and put it in a different place, I was in trouble because then I had to stop. I had to find it and get on as quickly as I could.
Yeah, Marie's also says, when overstressed, as the biggest organ in the body is the skin, it's very loud with its messages. So it's very true. Yeah. So either you're going to get a rash or you're going to get that headache or something is just not going to feel right. So we have to listen to our bodies. I'm always talking about that. Our bodies are so smart. But again, we're not taught that. We're not taught that, to listen to our bodies and to be in tuned physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually with our bodies. And it's so important to do that because our bodies are going to tell us. And some of the work that I do with Body Code, when I talk to people and they'll say, well, how do I know if I've got that trapped emotion? I said, well, do you have a pain or discomfort? And every organ is connected to a muscle in the body. So I said, if you have pain or discomfort in that muscle, then that's telling you that there's an imbalance with that organ. Again, great education to have for people so that people know what to look for, or when something in their bodies is not aligning physically or emotionally or mentally, then they know what to do. So it's that's very, very important. Yes.
It is. And as a consumer, we have a choice. We have, because we are buying it with our money. And so with that being said, when a person does want to start in a simple place, I always say start with your cleaning and laundry products, because as you use them up, you already know what product you want to replace it with. And then when that gets taken care of, then let's look at other aspects of your home. So it's not like you have to do it all at once. Your body's resilient, but if you slowly have a plan, then it will, and you can, you can do that in your home. And then when you kind of get centered with that, then you can say, okay, and I'll speak to you as, okay, what now is still, hurting, I'm not getting migraines anymore, or not as often. I'm breathing better. So my asthma has been reduced. What could be next? And then that's when you can start asking other experts, to help rebalance your body. So it's not going to be done in a day, even in 6 months. It could be a year or longer, but wellness is a journey. Our bodies are resilient. Yes. I would just say start now, or do the next step, that where you are today.
Right. And I'm so glad that you mentioned that, Tina, because often people get overwhelmed because they
Mm.
think, oh, now, like you mentioned, I have to throw out all of this, I have to restart. So it could be a cost issue. Um, but they don't have to do it all at once.
Mhm.
They can do it slowly. They
Mhm.
can just, you know,
Make a
eliminate
plan.
one area
Mhm.
first,
Yes.
and then know that they're feeling better, and definitely the environment in their home
Mhm.
is going to be better. So yeah, for sure.
Exactly. And when because we all know about wellness,
Mhm.
but we tend not to do it. We get stuck. And that even subconsciously can cause stress in your body.
Yeah.
It can cause stress in your mind. It can stress,
Oh yeah.
So it's an easy elimination. Talk with me. I can help you with that.
I love that.
We
Yes,
can
good.
have fun doing it.
Perfect. And so we have got also, I'm just going to show people um, where they can get a hold of you. So this is, it's coming, should be coming soon. Yes. So there's a link that you can get a hold of Tina, and Tina has a couple of offers. So she's got a free home wellness consult and a
Mhm.
complimentary ebook on wellness in your home. So those of you who have popped on the show today, and even if you come in later this afternoon, I do another replay. We will send you those links so that you can take advantage of the offers that Tina has brought for you today. So yes, I think that is amazing that you can actually have that conversation with somebody and help them adjust how when they're ready. Everybody's ready at a different time, right?
Mhm.
So it's very, very important to meet people where they are. We hear that a lot,
Mhm.
and it sounds to me that's exactly what you do with the questions and the information that you are asking people when they book with you.
Mhm.
So, any other words of wisdom? We're coming to the bottom of that half hour that we're on. Anything
Words of
else?
wisdom is our, our health is amazing. There's so much we can do to keep it healthy and to prevent.
Yes.
Prevention is so available. Um, and again, you can start now. You can start simple. There are times when the light bulb goes on. It could be you've just been diagnosed with cancer or an autoimmune deficiency, or you're a cancer survivor. Those are great times to reach out to people like me
Mhm.
because I can help you with the green part
Yeah.
um, and um, and how that's important to our immune system. Because our immune system is what is our engine to our health, and I like to talk about that too.
Wonderful. Yes, definitely. And I do love the fact that people do have things in their life that happen. And sometimes you do need that light bulb to come on. And then when they do, though I'm so happy that you have got this business so that you can assist people to look at their whole environment, and become more healthy, not only for themselves but also for our environment.
Mhm.
We're all on that journey. We're all trying to make our environment a healthier place.
Mhm.
And so uh, the knowledge that you have about the products, about being green, will definitely assist people to to be part of that movement to actually make our planet green still,
Exactly.
again, keep it green,
Yes. Yeah,
right?
and it's helping connect the dots, and that one dot for the outdoor environment is everything that goes down our bathroom drain, kitchen drain, laundry drain gets into our environment at some point along the way. And a lot of people in the city say, well, it goes through the septic system or the sanitization system, but it does, but it only takes out the natural byproducts. It doesn't take out the chemical
Hmm.
stuff.
Hmm.
That would be a whole additional filtration system that would be so expensive. So we'll get into our byways, our waterways, our streams, our oceans. So why not stop all that in our homes? Be part of that solution, because now you know.
Definitely. And let's be proactive about it. Let's not, think that that our municipalities or our governments are going to take care of it. We are our municipalities and our governments. We
Yeah.
have to remember that.
Mhm.
So let's be proactive and let's start from the inside of our homes to definitely keep our planet green.
Mhm. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Marie's got one last comment here. Thank you, ladies. We can do this one simple step at a time. We definitely can.
Mhm.
So thanks again, Tina, for joining us today. Your knowledge is, I just love what you know about environment and about being green and staying green. And just to let everybody know, if you're watching the replay later, Tina and I'll be going through the chat in the event, and we will make sure that you get all of Tina's links and the information that she's offering today. So you know what? We do have a big ask. We are helping to heal the world, and we ask you to let your community know, let your contacts know. The Healing Institute is here for you. We have such amazing practitioners that are available to help you on your health journey. And so our vision is to create a community of health practitioners, and we actually customize whatever the treatment is or unique what you need to be healthy, that's customized for you. So it's not a one size fits all. And you got to meet another amazing person today who's helping us be healthy. Tina Blees, thanks again for being my guest co-host.
Thank you for having me.
And we will see you next Friday on Heal the World Show.
Thank you.